Hey y'all, SherriG, and I'm back with another video. Now I know I've been gone for a few days, but you know how I do. I can only take in so much of the drama, and these YouTube streets and the internet streets as well have been off the chain with drama, revelations upon revelations. I mean, the plastic is really coming off of a lot of people. We're starting to see some stuff and hear some stuff as it pertains to the different castmates, and it's a lot. And oh my god, so yes, that's how I operate. I have to sit back, take it all in. I mean, because you got the castmates doing what they're doing, and you have the YouTube streets going crazy with what it's doing, and I trying recently to not enmesh myself or involve myself in a lot or getting to a lot of all of the different content that's going on out there, but just watch what I'm watching from the episodes and from what the internet is giving, and just kind of sit back and absorb it all and try to make sense of it and come up with my own thoughts and opinions, because I don't want to get crossed up with anyone else's way of thinking. Although a lot of us probably think the same way anyway. I just want to make sure that what I'm thinking and how I'm seeing things is pure and authentic, so that when I do my videos, that it's coming strictly from my heart. So anyway, I do want to talk about the situation with Kiuwha and Kimmi. Before I do that, keep in mind that the views I express in this video are alleged. It's of opinion, it's for fair use, it's for entertainment, and all that jazz. Now, if you haven't done so, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you are aware the next time I upload a video. Before I get into my commentary, I'm going to go ahead and let you all listen to a little sneak peek of what's going to be happening this Saturday between the two ladies, Kimmi and Kiuwha, as it is a pickup from this past Saturday's episode. So take a listen, and I'll be back to give my views, opinions, allegations, and express my sentiments.
Hand out anything that might be useful as far as the best interest of Monster. He's carrying some emotional baggage. You know your child. You know what I mean? It's like he needs his mom.
When you were talking about being more present, being here, like what would that look like for you because that might be helpful to him?
Yeah, that's something that I would have to figure out now that I know that it's more needed than it was before. It's going to happen. I just don't know exactly how.
I like the concept that Kiuwha plans on coming down a little more often in Monster's best interest. I think he'll enjoy that. And I think emotionally it'll be good for him. As for me and Kiuwha, I don't know. I'm hopeful that we'll start to get a little better if she's here more often. Sometimes we take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. So I'm just kind of keeping my fingers crossed that maybe a little bit more time would kind of put things on a better track for us. Maurice was like, I want y'all to go out and have a talk. And I said, talk about what? I did. I was like, what do you want us to talk about? And he was like, just kind of past and moving forward. And I was like, I think where we are is a good place. And I don't want to mess up the place that we're at. I don't want to go backwards. Even when you weren't that happy with me in the beginning, it wasn't a major deal for me because I felt like you were in a space that you had to get out of. You don't even know how many times I would tell Maurice, like, this is what I think she's feeling. This is a single mom's perspective, like what she's thinking, like in Michigan, while you're thinking this down here, like all the time. And so when there were times that you were upset, I would be like, she has no idea, like that I'm down here fighting with you for her, And so in my head, I felt like it was just going to take time for you to get, to whatever place that was more comfortable for you.
Right.
However, there's a part of me that still it holds on to things that you would say that would imply that I was the one that caused y'all's divorce.
What did I say?
Like I was seeing your husband while y'all were happily married in your house. And that was never the case. Like, that was, and we all know that that was never the case. I think that was, for me, where my biggest issue for me and you came in. Just being looked at like I actually caused the demise of y'all situation, when all of us know that I didn't do that. That was difficult for me. I don't know what you want me to say to you. There was opportunity for you to say, no, I didn't say she was a side chick.
I never said you were a side chick.
Even though you didn't say it, surely you saw some comments about me being this side chick.
I don't do interviews. I don't talk to fan base. I don't do any of that. I didn't know that you felt that I was responsible for what they said.
I felt that that was just like the lack of integrity.
Okay, y'all, so Kimmi is still pressed about being labeled a side chick. And not only is she pressed about it, she actually feels that Kiuwha is responsible for people viewing her that way. But to me, that should be the least of Kimmi's that's the least of Kimmi's problems at this particular point in time. But anyway, let's just go back to this whole side chick thing. Technically, Maurice and Kiuwha were still married when Kimmi and Maurice got together. They were actually legally still man and wife. So technically, she was a side chick. Whether or not she was the cause of their initial breakup, she was still a side chick. And her being present in the life of Maurice did not make it any easier, or didn't make it helpful should they decide to reconcile, which, as a matter of fact, is what Kiuwha was thinking. And I don't believe she just pulled that out of the sky. I believe she was being fed that hope by Maurice. As a matter of fact, it's my opinion that Maurice was playing both of them. Just look at the way he is and look at the way his brother is. And this is my opinion. I believe he was playing both of them. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, Kiuwha is not the issue, but rather the man she turns over so that he can satisfy himself. He is the issue. His lack of concern for her, his placing his pleasure, or in my opinion, his sexual addiction before her health, him waiting 7 years to propose only after finding out that common law was about to be demolished in Alabama, allegedly. The state of their relationship and what really matters is the thing that Kimmi should be worrying about right now. There's not enough wine glass painting date nights to make any of it okay, in my opinion. The way he treats her, the way he expects her to give him sex, although she is suffering in her body. I mean, she's facing death, possibly, right? It's stage 3 cancer, for God's sake. And not only that, but the responsibility of still cooking and cleaning and taking care of his son, who doesn't want to be there, point blank and period, who actually should be with his mom. He should actually just be packed up and sent back to stay with his mom. And her blaming Kiuwha, her being labeled a side chick, that's nothing. Kimmi, you're going to be labeled worse than that after what we've been seeing from your husband, and especially after that Carlos King interview. People are really wondering where you are. Like, are you that desperate for a man? And what's going to happen when you actually start aging in your body? Like when you just don't feel like it because, you know what? I'm 70 years old and I don't feel like it. I'm 75 years old and I don't feel like it. And you're still dealing with a younger man who, in my opinion, suffers, or not suffers, but has probably a sex addiction. That's my opinion. That's what I'm alleging. I don't know if it's true or not, but because he claims that he has to have it. You don't have to have it. You can do other things in the meantime, but to say that I have to have it, and I have to have it all the time, and I have to have so much of it 2-3 times a day, that kind of goes beyond just being a very sexually active person. It's being an overly sexually active person. So that's just my opinion. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that Kimmi has bigger fish to fry than being called a side chick, because she will be, some people will go down calling her a side chick, and she will be labeled for the rest of her life as a side chick by people who believe that that's exactly what she was, because Maurice and Kiuwha were not divorced. They had not signed on the dotted line. So anyway, those are my thoughts. We'll see what happens next week when Kiuwha and Kimmi continue their conversation. But you guys, it is so much going on in these YouTube streets. It's actually exhausting sometimes. But anyway, that's all I have for you in this video. Like the video if you haven't, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. I'll be back. Until then, ciao.